Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about what I believe is the ultimate 24/7 wireless security and wildlife system that I've ever come across. Anybody who's familiar with trail cams knows who GardePro is. They've been making some of the most innovative and well-designed trail cameras since 2016. Today, we're going to be talking specifically about the GardePro Link 1.0. It's a system, not just a camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover all of the features of the camera. I'm going to go over all the features of the system, which is what really makes it special. And I'm going to talk about what they just did in mid-May that changes the game when it comes to trail cameras or anything with a subscription plan. Most cellular trail cameras have a massive catch. You buy the hardware, and then you have to pay a subscription fee for each camera. And that's just to look at your own footage that you've already captured. Um, Now, if you have two, three, four, five cameras, that bill can get out of hand really quick. But what if you could build an entire wireless monitoring network across your entire property, up to 16 cameras? Zero monthly fees, permanent cloud storage access. That's what GardePro just did. Whether you just enjoy watching nature, you're scouting game trails, you're securing a remote job site, or just monitoring your homestead, this system really is a game changer. So let's go over some of the features. Okay, going over some of the features, it has a lot of common features that you'll find on most trail cameras, but it does it well and it includes all of the ones that I feel are important. Starting first, we have a forward facing sensor. And what that's good for is if I only want to capture things or if I want to include things that are standing directly in front of the camera, I can take a snapshot of anything right in front of the camera. That's what this forward sensor is for. Then it has two peripheral type sensors. These are great if I'm doing video and I want to capture, let's say, a buck walking into the screen or something approaching from the side, getting to the center of the screen. So these things will trigger your camera before your target gets right in front of the camera. The problem with trail cameras that only have one sensor is sometimes anything running by or moving, by the time the sensor picks that up and snaps the picture, you have a blurred picture or you have something that's already out of frame. So these two come in very handy for video. If all you're doing is photos, you could have just the center sensor turned on, and all that's done through the settings. You can have all of them, you can have just one of them, and then you've got your camera, and the camera does up to 4K quality. So great camera. I can lower that if I want to increase the amount of storage on my memory card. I can do 1080p, 2K, or 4K. I leave it in 4K because I can now transfer everything through their service to cloud, or if I put a big enough memory card in here. Oh, and by the way, this kit comes with the memory card, so that's one less thing that you have to purchase. Because I can fit so much on the memory card or just have it transferred to cloud, I keep everything in 4K. I might as well get the best quality and the best audio I can through this camera because I don't have to worry about storage or filling up a camera. Uh, it has infrared. The infrared is nice because it's no glow. So you're not going to be chasing away animals at night. When infrared kicks in, they're not going to see the lights come on. And that's a huge feature. You don't want to spook anything that's jumping in front of the camera. And you also, if you're using this for surveillance, you don't want to let anybody know that they're being surveilled. So having a no glow infrared is a big feature for me. I set the GardePro up as a 4K security camera on our front door, and this is 4K with audio. And this is an example of the no glow IR. It is pitch black out here. And then we've got our antenna. It's just your standard screw-on antenna, so it is replaceable. It also is multi-positioned, so I can position this however I need to. If it's going under, let's say, a roof and I'm up near the soffit, I need to bend the antenna down and out of the way. You usually want to keep your antenna as extended as possible, but it allows you the ability to position that however you like. A couple of other things that I like about this that you don't get on most trail cameras. I've got a mount here on the bottom, so I can mount the camera on a standard tripod. I can also mount from the back on a standard tripod. And where that comes in handy is depending on what I'm filming. If I want to get the camera really low to the ground, I'm going to need to use this back mount. And most cameras just don't give you all of these mounting options. And as far as mounting options goes, it's got your regular strap mount here that you're going to run your tree strap through. If you don't like using straps because they weather or they slip and you'd rather use a Python cable, it has a Python mount also. So I've got all of these different mounting abilities. I can use Python, I can use straps, I can put it on a tripod from the bottom or from the top. It makes it real easy to set this camera up in multiple ways. I can use it, like I said, for surveillance, or I can stick this out in the woods, and it's really just easy to set up. Another feature I really like is when I open this up, I don't have batteries falling out all over me like the old type trail cameras where you had 1,000 AAA batteries dropping out at you. This one uses a 7,800 milliamp hour battery, and I can charge the battery right through this USB-C port or through the camera. It pops in, and that's it. And because of the milliamp hour on this battery, you can stay out in the field for a really long time. I'll be honest, I don't know how long because I've never had the battery die on me. I haven't left it out for, let's say, a year. This camera hasn't even been available that long. So I don't know how many months this battery is going to live out in our woods here. But I also plan on using it in conjunction with the solar panel that keeps this battery charged. So I'd never have to worry about the battery dying. So that's another advantage. Other features I like, I'm not tech heavy. I am a very simple person when it comes to technology and electronics, and this is about as simple as it gets. There's an on-off switch. When you're ready to start the camera, you hit the start button. There's a delay that allows you to close it and walk away so that you're not wasting space. One menu button. I hit menu, and it gives me all of my features on one big scrolling page. Anything I want to get into, I just hit OK. I make the selection that I want. I hit OK. It's that simple. Everything's pretty self-explanatory, but here's where you would go in and configure how the camera functions, what quality video or picture you're taking. If you have multiple cameras, you can set up a name on the camera to identify its location. You can set date, time, you can set temperature. So it's recording all of that information, which depending on how you're using your camera, what you're using it for, temperature does come in handy, especially if you're a hunter. Date, time, time zone, all of that can be programmed in here. So it's better to track your information that you're collecting. You can set up hours of operation. You can password protect this so that other people who find your camera don't necessarily have access to the information that you're recording. Uh, there's a lot of really cool features in the menu, but this isn't going to be a how-to video. This is really just a high level go over all of the awesome features this camera has. To get out of the menu, just hit menu again. Your memory card goes here. Your USB-C plugs in here if you want to charge through the camera. And that's it. I've got my watertight seal, locks on, and I'm ready to put my camera where it needs to be. Now, I did talk about the antenna briefly, but the range on this thing is wild. In open air, you get up to 3,000 feet or 1 kilometer. Even in typical real world use where there are trees and bushes and structures and stuff that may get in the way, it still pulls off a rock solid 1,600 feet. And that means that you can blanket a massive piece of land, monitoring multiple access points or food plots, all feeding back to one central dashboard. Now, the Riel dashboard is going to be the app that you download. It's a free app. You download it, it connects with your hub, and it helps you connect your cameras to the hub. And all of that's here. I can list all the cameras I have attached. I can go into devices, look at what's going on each of my cameras. I can do a live update. So I don't have to go out to the camera to make any kind of menu changes. I can do all of that from the app. I can see the temperature. I can see the battery life on my camera. I can see how many images have been taken, how full my memory card is. I could go in and see my plan. I have a 60-day cloud storage plan. That's the plus plan, and it is now free. So anyone who currently has the GardePro Link 1 system, who was paying the monthly fee, which was small at the time, but still, it's free. And this is going back. Anybody who had the plan no longer has to pay for it, and anyone moving forward who gets the plan doesn't have to pay for it. Maps. On a map, you'll see little blue markers wherever you have your camera set up. So I have satellite view of the entire world that I can zoom in on my maps, just like you would with Google Earth or any of those other programs. And I can go right down to the room that I'm in currently with my camera. But this will show you where your maps are located on your property. And then gallery allows you to look at the images that are currently captured. I erased everything so that I can give a clean presentation. We're going to be doing some video and some pictures to show you the quality. I can see what's stored on cloud, and that's anything. And also it'll be stored to the memory card in the camera, but I can also download those directly to my phone uh, under local. Uh, or I can go directly to the camera. And it used to be part of the paid subscription, but now also free is live view. So I can live view the cameras that I have set up. So if, for instance, I have one of these cameras set up right outside of our chicken coop in one of our runs, I can do a live view and see what's going on back there. If I hear the girls freaking out, make sure there aren't any hawks back there or foxes trying to get to the chickens. I can do a live view and see what's going on. Also, I have two forms of alert. This can either send notifications to the phone in the form of, pop-up notifications to let me know anytime something crosses in front of that camera. So when Bigfoot walks by and gets captured by the camera, boom, I get a notification. I can also have it send an email notification if that's what you prefer, or I can have it do both. So the plan is free. The app is free. Another feature I want to go over is live view. To get there, you just go to device, you choose your device that you want to connect to with a camera. And this particular camera here is one that I set up in our pullet run. We keep our chicks separate from our hens until they're ready to mix in. So I can go to live view. Once it connects to the camera, hit play to connect. And when this connects, it'll show me a live image of what the camera is looking at. And that comes in handy for a few different purposes. I mean, one is I can use it as a monitor to monitor what's going on live, but I can also use it to make sure that my camera is aimed correctly. So when you're setting up a camera, is a live view, and it has audio. Turn that back down again. Where that comes in handy is when I'm setting up a camera, I can make sure that it's aimed correctly in the right spot. Nothing's worse than setting up a trail cam and having it be a little too high or too low, or there's a branch in the way that you didn't know was there, and you don't find out until a month later when you go back to collect your memory card. With live view, I can make sure the camera is aimed exactly where I want it aimed, and I'm always going to get the best shot possible. And for this case, because we have it in the chicken run in this constant movement, I've got audio. I can take recordings directly from my live view, or I can allow it to uh, record whenever there's motion. But I want to shut notifications off because the chicks are running around constantly in the shot. They're going to keep triggering my notifications, and I'm going to end up with a lot of recordings and a lot of notifications that I don't necessarily need. So you can set the cameras up just to be a monitor, kind of like this is our baby monitor for our chicks, to make sure that nothing is getting into their run or into their coop area. The magic of the Link One system, so that it's not just a camera, it's a complete system, is in two parts. You've got a centralized hub, and then you have the cameras. So instead of paying an expensive cellular fee for your cameras, you've got all of your cameras talking to the centralized hub using a high-speed enhanced wireless signal. The GuardLink hub is really easy to set up as well. It has one network cable that comes from it. It plugs into this box that splits the power and the network cable. The other side of the network goes to your network, your router, and you have one power cord that comes off of it that goes to 110 volts AC, and that's it. And that powers it on. Then you just pair the hub with your cameras as you set your cameras up. You can either do that through the app or you could do it locally from the device. The hub also comes with a bunch of mounting pieces and parts. If you plan on putting the hub outside, it has all of the weathering and connections. You even have a strap and a mount that you can put it on that allows you to mount this to a pole, to a tree, or you can use the included screws and screw it down someplace secure outdoors as well. If you're going to use the optional solar panel, this is the 3.5 watt. They also have a 10 watt on their webpage. It comes with all of the mounting hardware that you need to get this mounted. You can also mount this on a tripod. The cable that it comes with is 12 feet long, and it has another 12-inch adapter that goes to the camera. So that gives you 13 feet of cable. So your solar panel doesn't have to be mounted where the camera is. You can put the solar panel where you're going to capture the most sunlight. And you've got 13 feet in any direction to do that. So that's really awesome. Also, if you do get one of the Link One bundles that GardePro has on their webpage, at least at the time of filming this video, GardePro is sending a free SP350, that's this 3.5 watt solar panel. They're sending that for free with the bundle. I don't know how long they're doing that. They're currently doing it, and I think it's a really nice deal. This does make a difference if you don't want to go out and charge the battery every couple months. This will keep it going for much, much longer, depending on how much light this captures and how often your camera triggers is also going to be how quickly the battery lasts or dies. So check it out on the webpage. It's an option. You don't need it, but I like it. If you're interested in picking up a trail cam, I'm going to have some special links down in the description. GardePro did not sponsor. I'm not being paid to make this video, but they did send me some equipment to try out, and I plan on doing that. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing follow-up videos, and I'm going to be including a lot of the video that we take using these cameras. So far, just with my little bit of testing and trying it out around the property, I really I think I found the camera that we've been looking for a while. I've been disappointed with other cameras in the past, not having the features I'm looking for. This seems to check all of the boxes. The images are great, the sound quality, awesome. Um, so stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video where we're going to go over all of the different types of uses where I have these set up for both security purposes, for monitoring our homestead, to be used as a trail cam just to watch wildlife. If you're a hunter, this thing is awesome. And if you don't want to use the cloud, you don't want to use the plan, the cameras can be used off the network and record directly just to the smart card, the memory card inside. So you can use it like an old-fashioned camera if you want, but take advantage of the plan. It's absolutely free and it makes it that's what sets it aside from all the other cameras. It doesn't have to just be its own little standalone camera that you have to go out and check the memory card. You can actually use the app, you can see what's going on, and you can have multiple cameras all over the property. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to have some links down in the description where you can get a discount if you're interested in making a purchase, or if you're still doing your research. Check out one of those links. It'll bring you to their page. You'll be able to read up on it, and you can see all the other amazing equipment they have. Out of all of their equipment, though, this Link One system seems to be my number one pick. So make sure to comment below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your favorite trail cam is. If you have a GardePro, are you happy that they finally gave that subscription away for free? I mean, nobody else does that. Um, Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We've got some pretty cool content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.